welcome to another meeting of Astronomy DC meetup. So we have over 5,000 members, and we always have exciting events posted in our meetup group. And I'm very, very happy to be one of the main organizers of this meetup. So my name is Nancy C. Wolfson, and you can always contact me at nancyplanetarydefense@gmail.com. Jeffrey, go ahead.
Hello, and I'm Jeffrey, a raconteur of many things, including, of course, astronomy. This is M90 that is very hard to see with the naked eye, but it is one of our galaxies in the local group, and it features in a novel that I'm finishing up and hopefully be out soon. And as I implied, I'm an author, a reader of science, and a writer, and a cosplayer, and so many other things, a Toastmaster. I am many things, and I am happy to be here with my friend Nancy.
Hi, Jeffrey. Thank you for joining us. And I think we also have a few of our members joining us on the Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so welcome and thank you for joining us. If you want to introduce yourself, please go ahead. If anybody would like to join us on the Zoom live and
yes,
speak.
you're more than welcome to say hi. You're all muted right now, but you should have the ability to unmute yourself. Well, I mean, some of you may have left, but at least to Brian and Joe, you are more than welcome.
Okay.
Well, hang on, we have one more.
Excellent. So as everybody unmute themselves, this is our Astronomy meetup annual meeting. And this is where we're going to run an agenda. So we're going to have a quick introduction of everyone, and then we are going to review what happened in 2021, and then review a few proposals that we have and see how can we move forward with the new items. We are going to try to be concise. We don't want to extend this meeting for too long, although it's live and you can join us on the Zoom. So if you are watching us, feel free to jump on the Zoom and be part of the conversation. If you just want to watch and entertain yourself, get a cup of tea, get your favorite drink, and get ready for the presentation that we have in Alpha Centauri Shower Meteor at the end of our agenda, which is in about 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, and then we are going to let our coordinators speak. Then we are going to talk about the generation of new items for 2022. And today is February 12th, 2022. So what is coming up for 2022? Stay with us. And then at the end, we have the presentation of Alpha Centauri Meteor Shower, which is currently happening. And if I'm not mistaken, it started in around February 8th. So anybody would like to introduce themselves before we run the agenda?
Feel free, anyone, to unmute yourself or stay muted. You're not required to speak, but if you would like to speak, this is now your opportunity.
5, 4, 3, 2, and
thank you, everyone.
Okay, so we have a few shy members, but if you're joining in the Zoom meeting, we are expecting you to actually jump into the conversation, and please introduce yourself and give your name and tell us what you do and who you are and why are you part of this awesome group that keeps growing. Okay, we have close to 6,000 members just from the area of like Washington, D.C., Virginia, and Maryland, the DMV. Okay, Jeffrey, so you got your quick introduction, and very quick, I am a researcher for mostly planetary defense and NEOS. Also, I work in the area of communication and education for various space topics. And I am an active member of several organizations that we dedicate ourselves to education, research, and communication for different areas of the space industry. So that's what I do, but I'm going to be quick to jump on the next item. And again, you are joining our annual meeting. Okay, so this is a meeting. We are going to run this as a meeting, and it's not a presentation. It's not an event necessarily to, of any specific topic. Is our meeting to see how can we continue evolving and getting better and getting more members interested in astronomy and all different topics related to space. So Jeffrey.
Hello, Nancy. Yes, we are here, of course, to introduce you to all the wonders in outer space, near and far. Obviously, as I mentioned, M90. Well, you cannot, as I say, see it with the naked eye. Some of you may be lucky enough to see Uranus, though, with the naked eye. I mean, William Herschel did. He discovered it, if I recall. And certainly, if you can get out into the dark areas of our country, then you do have a great view. I will say this, that right now, I don't think Uranus is visible because we are in an interesting time in astronomy where I believe only Venus for a while is going to be visible in the night, in actually the day sky. Venus is the day star right now. But as I said, it all depends on the time of year and where our planet faces.
That's right. So one of the things that we want to work on this with our meetup group is we want to hear from you. So if you're watching us now, you can jump on the chat and just, as we continue the conversation, let us know, what do you think that we should continue doing? What are the things that we can improve to continue getting more members? And of course, spreading the word about astronomy and outer space activities and events and exciting things that are happening currently. If I want to tell you everything that is happening right now, it's a lot, okay? But we are going to be discussing little by little what are the amazing events that we are having in 2022 related to space. But first, we're going to go into the agenda and review what happened in 2021. Jeffrey, so we don't have as many coordinators as we had before. Is that right?
That's correct. We are a limited staff group, and we do ask if you want to help. You are more than welcome to. But so far,
that is a reason why we decided to have less coordinators.
Right. Well, the thing is that having a few that are dedicated, because we didn't want people that were just sort of every once in a while doing whatever, maybe once a year having an event. No, we wanted people that really wanted to put in the time. And certainly Nancy's put in the time. I've tried to put in my time getting our dates on, for instance, Stellar Plane events that you may have seen we updated recently in terms of the schedule that Novak has given us in terms of when the Sky Meadow Park is open for their astronomy events, and keeping you informed of Rock Creek Park. We do try and keep you as up to date as we can. Sometimes they cancel it and we don't get the notification, so we do apologize if we don't cancel the meeting in time, that you may end up finding that Rock Creek Park wasn't open at that time. But we try as best as we can to keep you informed of when our particular events, for instance, the model rocket launch at Greenbelt. Keep you informed of all the local area events, as well as our friends over in Westminster, Maryland, who have a monthly meeting that we try to share with you.
Yes, and of course, we're still, unfortunately, in the middle of a pandemic, and we're slowly but getting out of it. All the different cities and the different states here in the United States. I am based in Washington, D.C., and Jeffrey is in Maryland, Virginia.
Virginia. Well, I'm in Reston, more or less.
There you go. So we made a commitment since COVID-19 started, and of course, all the different variants. We made a commitment to our members that we are going to continue as strong as we used to, as much as we can, of course, with the virtual events. So that is what we were looking for. And those are most of the events that were posted on our Meetup in 2021. We do have a couple that are current, and they go weekly, if it's not every other week. And one of them is the virtual tour of outer space live stream hosted by California Academy of Science, right? And I like to see that most of you are always jumping on those events, and they're asking me questions if there is not a link or something like that. Let me tell you one thing about the link. The link is run and reposted by the main organizer, which is the person that actually runs the event. We are only in charge of making the posts and communicating with the organizer if the links are not working, if we are given enough time. Unfortunately, sometimes we're not given enough time, and there are some issues with the link. We apologize. We are working on it, and we're trying, all of us, to get on this new digital the digitalization of our events, and the events that we support and the events that we promote. Of course, the best way to get in touch with us is via email. No, Jeffrey, myself, and then we have Karen, if I'm not mistaken. Jeffrey is our third coordinator. We do our best to be always connected on the Meetup, but unfortunately, is not possible, but I am always on my email. So if you go into the bio of the organizer of this, of our Astronomy Meetup group, you will see my email address. And if you send me an email, feel free to send me an email. That is the reason why I have one. And that is the best way to get in touch with me. So if you give me enough time to go into the link and run it and talk to the main organizer and all of that, I can fix those issues. But if it's like an hour or 2 hours before, I might not be able. So just check the link, check if it's working as you want it to work, and if it's working with your computer or your phone. And if you have any issues, please shoot me an email. It's the easiest way you can contact me. Jeffrey?
Absolutely. And I do the social networks. So if you need to contact us on YouTube, you can contact our channel here that we're broadcasting on right now, or Facebook. We do have the Washington Astronomy Facebook page and group. You can contact me there. And of course, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instacart, Instagram, you name the social network, I'm on it. And yes, Instacart is going to bring food, but I'm on that too.
Jeffrey, I just get on my Zoom meetings and I get to put my makeup on, and you are like, TikTok? Even TikTok? I don't even have TikTok.
Oh yeah, TikTok's fun. Nice little 3-minute or less videos.
But I'm planning. So, hey people, I am getting my team together on the other side, and we are looking into getting a TikTok platform, and still learning about it. I guess we're gonna have to learn some dancing or something like that. Jeffrey, I'm surprised. Well, now you know. The best way to get in touch with me is via email. And the best way to get in touch with our dear Jeffrey is through his social media. So either me or Jeffrey, we can answer your questions, and we're gonna always do our best to answer all your questions. So again, please give us the opportunity in a few hours before the event if you can now see what you're looking for to join the event. That is one of the ones that we have. The next one, we used to have a conference, but it's no longer active, so we took it out, and that conference is not happening anymore. I believe they are going to start with this space conference, which is all virtual and is free, because we try to advertise all the free events related to space. And I believe I got in touch with one of the organizers, and they said that they will try to start again in 2022. So stay tuned, because we might have that space conference back, which lasts for a few months. It's a constant discussions and webinars about space, and they are free. So, and Jeffrey already talked about the outdoors. So Jeffrey, do we have any last any last comments on the 2021 that I might be forgetting?
Well, I will say that Nancy and I did make what do you call it? A trip out to Delaplane for one of the Sky Meadow events, and we did have a nice time, despite the fact that it was, and you never know before you schedule the meetup, it was cloudy that night. So not much to look at, but we made some new friends. And that's the thing. Sometimes you go out there and you just make new friends. But I will say Sky Meadow is so far away from the city that the stars are just amazing. When you get out there and it is not cloudy, you can just see maybe not M90, but certainly a lot.
Yes, yes. And just to remember a few of the awesome events we had in 2021, DART. DART was the NASA and the SpaceX launch, which is a planetary defense mission. You can also call it an asteroid mission. And I was so excited. It happened in November 2021. And if you want to know more about what is DART and about planetary defense, you can always send me an email. That's my area, communication and education for planetary defense. But also we are planning a few new events where we are going to go in details about what is DART, what is the benefit to have more people involved in planetary defense, and how amazing is this launch of DART that happened in November 2021. And we are going to be talking about the collaboration between NASA and SpaceX and the few details that the people behind the scenes had. And I'll share those with you in our upcoming event for planetary defense, asteroid missions, DART, and in 2022. So stay tuned for that. All right, I think I finished with my review for 2021. Am I right?
Yes.
Jeffrey? Yeah, right.
Yeah, well,
okay.
those were some really good things that happened last year, especially DART.
Yes.
We did, in the very end of it, though, we got one other nice little space mission off the ground right around Christmas. Finally, after 15 years or so of trying to get this up in the air, James Webb. It is now in the L2, and it is just getting geared up, testing out its equipment. Pretty soon we will have what's more or less not technically first light, but at least first decent image. They're still testing it, but soon, maybe in March or so. So exciting times.
Very exciting.
The nice thing about James Webb, if you don't know, the Hubble telescope has been a workhorse, an amazing satellite, getting images like this from outer space that has no atmospheric interference. It's pure visual optical light that is in the visual range of human beings that just shows amazing pictures that we could never see with a telescope. We have some technologies that'll do very close interferometry and such like that, like at Paranal and the Keck that they're doing. But as far as what Hubble could do, it was amazing. But the thing is, it's optical light. And optical light we can kind of get, but what we don't get is infrared light. The light that is heat, the light that is what you see in terms of dark bodies that can be generating heat. And what's most important about that is that many extrasolar planets will probably be generating light in the infrared range. And so this will allow us to see extraterrestrial planets and do spectra from those planets to see. Maybe there's water on the planet, because I believe in the infrared range, you can do spectra to find water. So all of these things that are going to be amazing coming out of James Webb, there's something that we have to look forward to for the next 5 or so years. I will warn you that James Webb is more like the Mars rovers and less like Hubble. insofar as Hubble, we could service it and fix it every so often, make it better, which was lucky because that lens problem that we had, oof. But James Webb is out there. And if something goes wrong, it's done. And if the, the, the energy system runs out, it's done. And they've given it a 5-year life. Maybe we'll get 6, maybe we'll get 7. Remember Spirit and Opportunity on Mars? They ran and they ran. They were like the Energizer Bunny of Mars. So you don't know, but at least in pessimistically 5, maybe 10, maybe even 15. We'll see.
Yes. Oh, I see. We keep, I think we're having more of our members joining the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! Please, if you want to introduce yourself, go ahead. Just unmute yourself and give it a try. So I'm going to give you the floor, dear members. If you are in our Zoom call, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Feel free.
Can I say something?
Yeah, absolutely. Come on in.
Oh, okay. This is John Bogan. With the launch of the James Webb Telescope, I followed that. I know nothing about astronomy, but then I went and ordered a Celeston, pretty good high range telescope, and
Awesome.
put it together. I unfortunately went to the Rock Creek meeting, which I guess was canceled, so I didn't know. I was out there freezing.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
I guess it was
crossed between, checking. I checked it before I left, and then, I assumed it was on, so I went there, and it was pretty cold there. But anyhow, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to what they find with the James Webb Telescope.
That's awesome. And I will say I've been to the Rock Creek Park events. They are fun, but you are in the middle of the city now, so you do have some city light, and you don't get the best views. But certainly, if you got a good telescope, you can see Mars, you can see Jupiter, and some of the other celestial bodies. But if you can get in a car or find some other transport to get out to Delaplane for the Novak Sky Meadow astronomy meetings, and they're not cloudy, which again, hit or miss, but you will get some amazing views, and you will see way more stars out there than you can see at Rock Creek Park. But Rock Creek Park is a really nice event. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
A lot of people are there. A lot of people with telescopes to share.
Mm-hmm. But also, this is a good reminder for us that we have to make sure that these events are actually happening. So Jeffrey, we need to get in touch. We need to have two-way communication with the Rock Creek Park just to make sure that they are open and they haven't closed last minute.
Right. Yeah.
And they haven't canceled the event last minute.
Exactly, because I dropped the ball on that one. I'm sorry, folks. I mean, it's hard to keep track of everything that's going on. But I did say, as I said, Sky Meadow, we know the rest of the year. I spoke to the guy from Novak, who's the Northern Virginia Astronomy Club, and he sent me a message and he told me the dates, and now the dates are correct. And we're sorry that the February 1 I had to cancel because that was actually last week. But the March 1, that date is correct.
Good. Excellent. Anybody else that would like to join us? And please go ahead and introduce yourself, your name and what you do, and how are you enjoying this meeting?
Hi, Jeffrey.
Hello.
Hi, Nancy and Jeffrey. How are you?
So nice to see you.
Thank you. My name is Joanne. I'm a school teacher, librarian. I'm retiring this year, and I'm just looking for some new passion, something I'm interested in. And I've always been interested in astronomy. So just want to see what you all have. I'm totally amateur, green. I did get a telescope for my birthday 2 years ago.
Nice.
I have no idea how to use it. So hopefully
They are
I'll
tricky.
be at one of your meetings.
Oh, I'm glad. Thank you, Joanne.
Telescope.
Great to have you.
Thank you.
Welcome to our meeting. What's your name again?
Oh, Joanne.
Joanne.
Yes.
Joanne. Okay, yes. Excellent. Well, guess what? This is the mission of our meetup group, to have people that are interested in astronomy and just get them more interested. Okay, so you are in the right place with the right people.
Okay, thanks.
Exactly.
Yes, anyone else? Please, your name, what do you do, and how, and why are you a member of our meetup group?
Or feel free to put it in the chat. You're
Yes.
more than welcome to on the chat. Or those
Yeah,
of
if
us
you
watching on YouTube to put it, your information on the chat there.
5, 4, 3, 2, and I'll go to the next item.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Jeffrey, that is 2021. And we are going to do reviews in our different meetings coming up in 2022. We are planning about 4 meetings. We agree in 2022 that we are going to have quarterly meetings. So the next one will be in about 3 months. Get ready because we are looking forward to have a discussion in one of the items that we touched today, either the James Webb Telescope, either we're going to touch about some launches and some planetary defense, new exciting activities. So get ready for the next one coming up in about 2 or 3 weeks. And also, if you want to share during the presentation, if you want to share photos, if you want to share your own slides or stuff like that, all you have to do is just send us the material at least 1 day ahead, or have them ready and you can share your screen if you are on the Zoom call, okay? So again, this is a public meeting. This is not an official presentation on anything necessarily, but this is to have a one-on-one discussion with our members. And we're not that serious here, so let's get our favorite drink, you know? I also have my own coffee right here. I know it's a little late, but hey.
Right. Now I've got me Beatles.
Cinnamon, cinnamon, a little bit of lime. So let's go to the next item. So what about our membership? We have grown.
Mm-hmm.
Jeffrey, we have grown.
Yes, we have. We
not too long ago,
get new members all the time.
Yes, not too long ago, we started with about 500, 300 or 200 people, and now we are over this to 5,600 and something, 681. I think I saw our membership the other day, if I'm not mistaken. And now we have not too long ago,
get new members all the time.
Yeah. Oh, and we have 5,060 members.
Nice.
Yay!
Yes. And of course, you're free to, you tell your friends, they can join. It's all free.
Yes, we are free. You can join us and you can always be part of our meetings. They are public and some of them are recorded and some of them are live stream. And what we want to do is allow everybody to be part of this meetup as an active member. Okay, you don't have to just be there watching. You can also be part of the conversation about space and astronomy. Okay, so that is the review. So in 2021, we went from 5,300 and so to 5,860, and we're close to the 5,860. Jeffrey, right. You need to correct me when I got my.
Well, we have a lot. I just think of it as when you got more than 1,000, you got a lot.
Yeah,
and we have a lot.
I want to get to the 10,000.
Yes, well, if we can, we will.
Oh yes, we will. Oh, we will.
And
so
we would love to get more viewers on our YouTube channel. Yes. I mean, if we can get 100 viewers, 100 subscribers to our YouTube channel, and start producing hours and hours of videos, hey, there you go.
Yes. So exciting. We also have news for you, okay? So let me go to the next item. Now, you know, we keep growing. We keep growing. That means that we are doing something good. Let's go to the next one. Our coordinators. So as right now, unfortunately, only we have one of our coordinators with us, is Jeffrey. I don't think Corinne was able to make it. And I'm the main organizer of the meetup group. And I have to say that I'm very, very happy to see that our coordinators have been hands-on posting their own events. And I think we need to continue discussing how can we continue improving the quality of our postings and the events that we support, and just get more stuff out there. Right, Jeffrey?
Absolutely, absolutely. Corinne, she's been doing a good job in terms of especially the Greenbelt events and some of the other things that are occurring over there. She has been on top of it and making sure that those events are posted and you're aware of them. And she's been doing a very good job of keeping track of them. And she's been a great value to our team.
Yes, yes. And let's go to the next one. So the generation of new actions for 2022. And yes, Jeffrey, I'm going to give you the floor to talk about our new YouTube channel.
Right. Well, as I mentioned, we do have a YouTube channel. It is the Washington Astronomy Meetup channel. I can provide you the, well, actually it's called, yes, Washington, D.C. Astronomy, Washington, D.C. Area Astronomy Meetup. That is our YouTube channel. And I will provide you a link on Meetup. But if you saw our Meetup event, there's a link directly to this live stream. That's the channel. So like and subscribe, as any good YouTuber says. But our channel is here, and we will try to put our videos on that channel. As well as, of course, we have the Facebook page. And once this video is done, it'll be trimmed to the live stream and posted to Facebook as well, so that everyone can see it on either one of the platforms.
Yes.
But
so
I'm looking forward to this.
I'm so looking forward. So about the new YouTube channel, this is not going to be just a YouTube channel to be like doing our meetings, but also what we are looking is to have you, our members, to join us as a organizer and coordinator of different events. So if you are someone that would like to have a platform and to have the support of myself, Jeffrey, and our coordinators, and you have a really good proposal for an event, this is it. This is the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Send us we are going to be posting the process of having your event in the Meetup YouTube channel. Very easy. All you have to do is just propose the topic, one paragraph, not too long, so we can post it. Give us the date, the time, what do you need for this event, if it's going to be live or pre-recorded, and send it to my email, lessonsbynancy@gmail.com or nancyplanetary.defense@gmail.com. We will do a quick review of your proposal, and then we are going to post it for you in our Meetup group, and we are going to promote it, of course, in all our different channels. We are going to also get on our Facebook, and we're going to make our Facebook more active than it used to be. So if you have Facebook, get ready, because in about March or so, we are going to try to keep up with all the awesome activities happening in astronomy and all the space activities too, the different ones. So Jeffrey, you want to tell us more about our Facebook and how they can find us on Facebook?
Absolutely. We are the Washington Astronomy Meetup and Washington Astronomy Group, Washington, D.C. Astronomy. We did have to change the name. We couldn't call ourselves Washington Astronomy because people in Olympia and Seattle were getting confused. So we are the Washington, D.C. Astronomy Group, and we have a group on Facebook as well as a page, Washington, D.C. Astronomy Group, page rather, and we post there regularly. The event was described on the group and the page, so that if you came to us through Facebook, welcome. That's what I wanted to do, is make sure that everyone knew where to go and where to come.
So no excuses. You can always be connected with all the awesome space activities and events through our Meetup. Subscribe to our new YouTube channel. We are going to be posting it soon. We are going to be advertising it and promoting it, so you know where to find us. You can create your own event. We are going to support you. All you have to do is send us an proposal. And also we have the Facebook active, so find us on Facebook. Jeffrey, what about the coming up events and the ones that we are going to be posting and supporting? It's
Well,
still in the middle of a pandemic, so probably
yes.
a
Well,
big chunk of them will
events-
still be online.
Events like, yes, we're going to try and do as much as we can online. And certainly online allows us to say, hey, this is happening in California. This is happening in London. This is happening in Adas, and all that, or in Peking, Beijing, and all of that. Anywhere in the world, you can attend because, hey, technology. But for places like Delaplane, Sky Meadow Park, or Rock Creek, be wise. Social distance and all of that. Many of these events will require you to at least social distance, masks for some of them. You'll have to look at the specifics on each event. But, and please do try to get vaccinated. Vaccines, they work. They have worked for 100 years, and we are very thankful that we don't have smallpox anymore thanks to vaccinations. And we almost got rid of polio. So vaccines, they're a good thing. They're teaching your immune system to work for you. So try and be vaxxed and get that mask on and keep the social distancing. Just be smart. That's all we're asking. Just be smart.
Yes, we're going to be actively looking for in-person events, but we do want you to stay safe, okay? We want you to take care of yourself, and we want you to be caring of others. So, and that means do the right thing and follow the protocols that we still have, as we unfortunately is still in the middle of a pandemic. We're slowly getting out of it, but it is our responsibility to let you know the protocols are still in place. And if we announce any in-person event, most likely, 100% that you will still have to follow those protocols. So please, please. Okay.
Right.
And of course, the virtual events are always fun.
Yeah.
And
you don't need to wear a mask.
Yes, we're going to continue with those.
Yes.
So, and the good thing is that we are very much focused in getting the best events internationally that we can have in our meetup group. So you are always informed of what is happening in the space industry, in astronomy, with all the different space activities internationally.
Right. Absolutely. From Westminster to Wellington.
Right. So those are new items for 2022. 2022. I'm going to the 23.
Right. The future.
Okay. Yes. So now, Jeffrey, let's give our members another chance to introduce themselves and tell us your name. What did you do? And why are you here joining the meeting?
Yeah. Anyone, feel free to
go ahead.
Up the chat or start talking.
Unmute yourself.
We're not going to force you, but if you want to chat or chat in the YouTube, feel free. This is your time.
And 5, 4, 3. Just make a lunch. 2. And
thank you. Exactly.
Exactly. Okay.
Perfect.
Now we are in this very exciting moment where we are going to talk a little bit about, what is it, Jeffrey? Alpha.
Exactly.
So we have a very quick set of slides. So we have a little slideshow for you. I hope you enjoy it. We're not going to give you all the crazy details that we can give you about meteor showers, but we just want to start the conversation. And if you want to jump, if you have photos, if you have your own telescope and you are getting amazing photos from wherever you are at this time, not necessarily in Washington, D.C., because unfortunately, the Alpha Centauri shower is not necessarily visible from Washington, D.C. So let's start with our presentation. Shall we?
Yes, let me just make sure I have the right window available. And,
okay.
Let's see that one. This one. There we are. So welcome to our presentation, and take it away, Nancy.
Thank you. I don't necessarily see slides, but it might be me.
What our viewers should be seeing right now is the screen share where we have a picture of the
Okay.
Alpha Centauri and
this is where okay. Can
all
somebody confirm? Okay, I'm going to ask our members to help us because I don't see it on my side, but I want to make sure that I'm going.
Well, I can confirm that it is also on our YouTube right now.
Okay, now.
This is John. I can see it.
Perfect. Thank you, John.
Can you see it, John?
Yeah, yes. John just confirms. Thank you.
Okay, excellent.
Yes.
Okay, let's move forward. So it doesn't matter that I don't see it. I remember.
You know what it says, yes.
Yes, exactly. So this is it. This is our quick presentation about the Alpha Centauri meteor shower, which is currently happening. It started in around February 8th, if I'm not mistaken. Jeffrey, feel free to jump in the conversation, and anyone else that has some amazing facts, you have photos, you just have a comment or you have a question that we could potentially answer, just jump into the conversation. You know, we are meeting, we're just a bunch of awesome friends meeting and discussing awesome stuff about astronomy and space. So let's go to the next one. I think will be slide number 2.
There we are.
Okay, so this is the Alpha Centauri. This is a little map. And it's a meteor shower. It's named after the constellation Centaurus. This meteor shower appears to radiate from Centaurus, which is one of the largest constellations in the night sky. Containing 2 of the 10 brightest stars, including Alpha Centauri, which is the closest star to our sun. Now, the Alpha Centauri meteor shower it doesn't last for too long. It's brief, so it's best observed in the southern hemisphere from dawn, and then during its peak, which is, if I'm not mistaken, happening February 8th. We had around 7 meteors an hour, and it has occurred or has been seen as early as February 2nd, and it will go to February 26th or 28th.
Right.
Okay, let's go to the next. Jeffrey, anything you would like to add in here?
Oh, no, that's a pretty good description of it. I just say that when you do go out to observe, make sure that you keep light as low as you can. Use red lights if you have to. Just try and not use bright white lights so that you can see them, because sometimes they're faint and sometimes they may be hard to see, but just sit back and relax and you will see many, many of them. Also, it's kind of hard. You're never going to be able to zoom in on a meteorite because you're just not going to be fast enough with a camera. But if you take a nice wide angle photo, you can get something like this, and we are on the next slide.
All right, let's go to the third one. And if you can see 2 really bright things on this slide. Okay, so the triple star system Alpha Centauri, binary star Alpha Centauri AB, and then we have the Alpha Centauri A on the left, and then Alpha Centauri B is on the right, and the Hubble telescope had a planetary camera, second, I think it's the second, which is a planetary camera, if I'm not mistaken. And this photo is thanks to ESA, which is the European Space Agency, and of course, NASA. So they got this amazing photo. And if you want to learn more about this specific photo, you can go to nasa.org and type Alpha Centauri, and you will find this photo and a few other ones that are just amazing.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yes, let's go to the 4th one. Okay, so meteor showers. They arise when Earth passes through a stream of debris left behind in the wake of comets and asteroids. Over time, the pieces of grid-like debris in this stream distribute themselves along the length of the parent object orbit around the solar system. And I think this is the best way I can explain it. Then we have the shooting stars, those shooting stars that we can actually see. Well, they are seen whenever one of these pieces of debris collides with the Earth's atmosphere, typically burning up. And that's when you see that effect of like a little ball with a little tail. Let's see. And I do have to talk about we can go to the next one, Jeffrey.
Sure.
Again, Jeffrey, if you want to jump at any
Oh,
time.
no, I mean, I'm just enjoying it.
I'm about to end it. I'm about to
Right.
finish. It's going to be your turn soon, so get ready.
Oh, yeah, that's no problem. No problem. I think we may be
Yes.
jumping through some slides very quickly because the interface here, for instance, this slide, by the way, we were talking before. This is from this photo that we skipped before was actually the photo from ESA that Nancy had mentioned.
Oh, okay. It wasn't shown.
And,
Okay.
yeah, and this photo right here from the International Astronomical Union, they're voting.
Okay, so stay there.
Yeah.
Stay there. That's the one that we have. That's the one that I wanna talk about.
Perfect.
So unfortunately, I don't see the slides on my end, but
Right.
I'm going through my memory and what I remember. So my apologies for always some technical issues.
Right.
And we just have to get over them and continue with the program.
Right.
So this is the international, and this is where you can see the International Astronomical Union photo, right? Which is a book.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. So yeah, if you want to learn more about when the International Astronomical Union started, what is their mission and what they are doing and how important is their job, please, I recommend this book. Myself, I had the opportunity to read it, but and I'm still in the process of finishing it. But it is an amazing book if you want to get more involved in how the behind the scene steps when it comes to asteroids and other celestial bodies. So the International Astronomical Union, this international association of professionals, astronomers, are responsible for assessing designations and names, and they name the celestial bodies and objects. Okay, they recognizes the Alpha Centauri as 102 AZE. So 102, that's the code, and the letter A, C as in cat, E as in elephant. So all the different objects have a number. And then, of course, they are given a name. So that is the amazing job that they do. And of course, they have several protocols and they have to go through several meetings.
Absolutely.
Process. So again, I recommend the book that is posted on this slide if you want to learn more about them. And now you know the code for Alpha Centauri.
Right.
102 ACE. All right, Jeffrey,
Nice.
your turn. Take it away.
All right. So I believe we have not, oh gosh, the arrow, I am so sorry, folks. What happens is that when I hit the button for the next slide, it skips a slide. This is where we should be right now with a picture again of a nice little silhouette of someone pointing to the meteors with her male friend and enjoying the lovely view. That this is obviously a time-lapse photograph. What you need to do with something like this is to time-lapse it so that you can see all the streaks like this. And I'm guessing the models had to stand there for a while if they weren't just, pasted onto the image. but it also gives you a nice little view of where you need to look for seeing the Alpha Centaurids meteors. So next, we have a photo from a close-up, rather, of one of the meteorites, basically traversing through our atmosphere. I'm not sure how this person got it. It's a very, very difficult photo to get. Obviously, they've got their zoom lens on, so you can see somewhat pixelation, but I'm impressed. It is very hard to capture a meteorite because they are so fast. Moving on, this is the image I showed you guys before in terms of the meteorites coming down and just what it can look like in a very high capacity night of meteorites. And it's beautiful. I mean, I have been to other meteorite events, and it depends on the frequency, but sometimes you'll get them, like Nancy was saying, on the 8th, they were coming maybe every 20 to 30 seconds. Boom, 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 boom. But sometimes you have to be patient and just watch. But the nice thing about watching meteorites is it's just nice to just sit there and lie there and just watch them. And it's kind of contemplative and meditative and all that. And it's always nice when you have a friend, a special friend, in fact, to lie there with you and chat and enjoy the light show that the world has given you.
If
Finally,
anybody wish to jump in this presentation, yes, and give us some facts, some experiences that you had, not just with this specific meteor shower, but any other ones that you have experienced, and go ahead, jump into the discussion and just
absolutely
share your experiences with us.
We are more than happy to have your input, because that is, of course, the meteorite portion of it. And of course, the differences between meteorite and meteoroid and all of that stuff, it's a little more complicated than that. The meteorite is the one that hits the Earth.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to remember, but meteorite is the one that hits the Earth, and I don't think any of these are hitting the Earth. The meteoroid and meteoroid, I think, doesn't make it quite. I think the meteoroid is up in the upper atmosphere, and there's one other one, but the meteorite is the one that lands on the ground. And these are not meteorites technically. I have been saying meteorite, but they're not technically meteorites because they typically die dissolving in the atmosphere or vaporizing in the atmosphere. So that's the only point of contention. That I know I'm making a mistake. I'm sorry. I do know what a meteorite is. So next, I would like to just remind you that indeed James Webb finally got a selfie. So this picture that you're looking at now was a picture that NASA released and has been in some of the news organizations. It is basically the James Webb telescope taking a picture of its own reflective mirrors. Notice the nice hexagonal pattern. Those are configured such that they are actually articulated. And they can be articulated at the, I believe, nanometer scale. They're very, very accurate. And so they can be articulated to exactly focus all of those mirrors back onto the receiver, which is more or less what's at the top of that trinary thing in the middle. And that's the focal point. And actually, it's a reflector that reflects back into the James Webb, which does a bit more reflecting. I believe there's a 3 reflection thing, 1, 2, and then inside another 3rd reflection before the imager gets the image. But that's the James Webb. It's out there, sitting in our L2, getting ready to send us some amazing photos. And that's pretty much the end of the slides. So
okay, excellent. So in here, what I want to tell you is that one of the best ways to actually catch most meteors probably the best place to look is not directly at the radiant itself, but at any dark patch of the sky, you know. So it is around the distance from like the radiant and that most meteors will be seeing. That's just a quick tip. Also, as you already know, we are in the middle of this meteor shower, and it's going to end by January 2026, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be the end. So you still have time. You still have time. We're just at 12.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
unfortunately, the peak already happened, which it was on February 8th. But if you are in a different place which is not Washington, D.C., you could potentially see the shower with your telescope. And thank you for joining us for this quick, friendly presentation of one of the events happening right now, which is the Alpha Centauri Meteor Shower. My name is Nancy C. Wilson, and my friend,
I'm Jeffrey C. Jacobs.
There
Look
you
for
go.
me on Amazon.
Excellent. And now, if anybody has any photos that you would like to show, or any tips or any experiences about any other meteor showers that you were that you have watched in the past, go ahead, unmute yourself and join the conversation. Anybody in the chat?
Oh,
Jeffrey, I don't see the
someone
chat.
did ask in the chat, actually, Joanne. That's a really good question. Why are they hexagonal? Well, the thing is that with hexagonal, you get what they would like to be ideally is a circle. The closest you can get to a circle and still what they call is tessellate a plane is actually a hexagon. So it allows them to get more plates closer together and essentially center them. It could have been done with squares. You're right, it could have been done with squares, but with the hexagons, of course, you've got a greater connectivity between the different faces. And as I mentioned before, each one of those mirrors is on a articulator that can aim it to the nanoscale, and so that it's very accurate. But I believe the reason they chose the hexagon as the tessellation is because, as I say, it is a dense and more circular pack, and so it allows you a little more refinement in terms of, because remember, the James Webb is trying to be circular, and so the edges are a little less sharp than when you have a square. Now, I could be wrong on that, and if someone wants to correct me, feel free, but that is my general understanding of it. Any other questions? Don't all talk at once. Oh, hey. So I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. Werner, right? Werner asks, meteor showers are hard to see. Last November, I tried. Need a really dark sky, which is true. You do. Now, if you could get, now Sky Meadow Park, I'll tell you a little bit about that. Sky Meadow Park is out there in Delaplane, Virginia. It's a lovely park. Westminster, Westminster, Maryland, rather, which is, there's another astronomy club out there in Westminster that we try to coordinate with in Maryland. They also have very good viewing. So if you can get out to either of those places, the viewing will be better. But I will tell you about Bear Branch. The Bear Branch technically closes at sundown, which is like you're trying to watch stars. You can't watch them during the day. Certainly for the astronomy meetup, it's kind of expected that you'll just get in because there's an astronomer there and he expects you. But coming other times, well, your mileage may vary.
We had another
That's cool.
one. Someone
Yes.
else in the chat. What was that?
No, it's Werner was saying that He's part of the WASI and the HAL Club. So because he's down there in Finnsburg, so that's really convenient. That's a really good place to be.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
Very
very
nice.
cool. Thank you. Thank you so much, Fanna, for sharing.
Yeah, thank you for participating. We always like to hear from you, and we have created these quarterly meetings because of you. We don't want our community to be a stranger. So
Absolutely.
we want you to get to know you. We want to provide a platform where you can discuss this with among ourselves, and also we want to have a platform for you where you can be involved in the conversation about all the different space activities and events happening. And now that we're in 2022 with so many amazing events that happen in 2021, we have a lot to talk. We have a lot to talk.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So our next meeting is going to be in about 3 months, 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah.
We're going to let you know. And we're probably going to be choosing one of the exciting topics that we have mentioned today.
Mhm.
So,
For instance, first galaxies from James Webb. First,
yes,
first
that would be an
distant
exciting
galaxies and first
topic.
planets, maybe.
Yes, that would be an amazing topic. So it's up to the coordinators to make that happen. And if you wish to be one of our coordinators, all you have to do is just contact me at, again, Nancy, planetaryDefense@gmail.com, just as you spell Nancy with Y, planetaryDefense@gmail.com, also at lessonsbynancy@gmail.com, and I will be more than happy to place you as one of our coordinators. And the requirements are quite easy. All you have to do is just being an active member and wish to help us find those really awesome events that we can support and do the posting. We are going to be providing all the guidance to be one of our coordinators. And of course, your name will be posted as a coordinator. And if you organize one of the events, your name will be posted as the main organizer in that event. Yes. So if you want to promote yourself also, and just to put your name out there as one of our coordinators, we will be more than happy to share our platform with you. So we are close to the end of our
absolutely. Parting is such sweet sorrow, my friends.
Yes. Jeffrey, anything else?
Oh, well, I will say I'm just excited. I am excited. There's some really good astronomy things coming up. I'm actually excited. We have not figured out. I do not think NASA has made a decision yet. Neptune or Uranus. Next interplanetary, or the next rather solar system planetary mission is going to be one of those two, with maybe 2030 to 2040 time frame of actual reaching, and it would be a long term, not just a flyby like the Voyager. So NASA's deciding they decided they can only do one of them. They don't know which one yet. The decisions are being made. Uranus on its side, fascinating. Neptune and all of its weird moons. Two good candidates. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Also, we have to see what is going to happen with the moon mission, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And stop crashing things into the moon so we can go get a look at it.
Exactly. Are we going back? Question mark.
Yeah. Are we going back?
Or is the plan,
South Asia going back? India going back? Or China going back? I mean, somebody may be going back. Maybe not, us, but somebody.
Yeah, and hey, now we have the the Middle East also getting into their own space program. So if I'm not mistaken,
they're definitely looking into that.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, the is the UAE which is
UAE,
having
yeah, it's fairly rich on the Gulf
right,
Coast.
very,
Yeah.
very. I was in Dubai not too long ago, at the end of
Part of
2021
UAE.
for one of my conferences, yes. And
Mhm.
I had the pleasure to learn they have a very strong space program. So
Right.
those are one of the things that are happening, and we're gonna also keep you posted.
Mhm.
I'm glad to see that other areas of our planet and are caring about space. What it says, a female astronaut is Jeffrey. A female
Yeah, a
astronaut.
female astronaut is planned for the trip to the moon, which would be
There you
wonderful.
go. And then we have
And what either of you would like to go, or would either of us like to go on a ride in
That's a good
a returnable rocket from SpaceX? Well, I've got to admit, I do have my Amazon Prime account, but I don't think Jeff Bezos got my number. But I also drive Elon's car. Yes, I drive a Tesla. So I'm ambivalent on both of them. But as far as, no, I'm going to go with Branson. Just to throw in the wild card. No,
right.
honestly, you and me, Nancy, let's do this. We're going to go up in the rocket.
Well, I have to be completely honest. I mean, this is not something that is completely out of my radar. Okay, we do have some science programs, which is a beautiful mix. And again, there's so many topics that we can bring forward in our next meeting. But Project Possum, if you want to Google it, is an amazing program for where astronauts and programs for citizens to become an astronaut are in place, and it's one of the few ones, and where a citizen can actually have access to the training. Okay.
Right.
Yes. So, and if you want to learn more about this, please go Google it as Project Possum, Citizen Science Astronaut Program, which is an amazing project. So, and again, I'm not seeing this of like going out in outer space as a crazy thing. I think it's possible. We are in those amazing, beautiful moments in time where, many of us now with the commercial space flight, I mean, we have alternatives to go into outer space that we didn't have before. Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. So when I look at it, I said, if there is an opportunity and I can get, and we can get all of us, we can get the proper training, the ones that are actually actively seeking to get the training. Of course, there is a waiting list and there is a waiting period for that. For most of us. That is
go up in the Von
McComic,
the one
my
that's
short answer. My short answer will be yes. Yes, I will miss my cat. So.
Oh yeah. We're gonna have to figure out some way to steady cam the cat so the cat knows that you're around and talk to it from space.
So at least I can talk to them. Mama is coming back.
Right.
Right. Now I got you all laughing. Yes, there you go. It's always going to smile. Absolutely. Yes. Okay, so we're almost at the end of our meeting. I want to say thank you. Thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Joanne. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, good night. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joanne. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Yes, and we'll see you next time. Jeffrey, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you.
And don't forget, our next meeting is in about 3 months. And again, this was Nancy C. Wolscombe and Jeffrey
C. Jacobs.
Yes, and we will see you in our next astronomy meetup group 2022. Thank you for joining us. We wish you a wonderful night. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you next time.
And as I always say on my podcast, another finely structured meeting.
There you go.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.